What is one makeup product that you couldn't stop reaching for this year, and the other one that you totally forgot about existing? Me first. Hi, welcome to the Art App. Today we're going to talk about my least and most used makeup items this year. Let's talk about eyes because this is my favorite category. This year's my most used eye pencil was a pink pencil from Wet n Wild and Little Twin Star collaboration. It is just the perfect pink. It brightens my eyes without making them look odd or sick. It gives that perfect, fresh, awakened look. On the flip side, I didn't use my Clinique Quick Liner eye pencil at all this year. It is one of those twist-up pencils that it is very hard, meaning impossible, to twist it down once it's up. So it's quite annoying. Plus, it's ultra black, so whenever it is on, it sets and it doesn't budge. I was a little bit intimidated by it because I was afraid that I couldn't fix a mistake if I make one. But now, when I learned a little bit more about how to work with eye pencils and I learned some tricks how to make them work better, I think this pencil deserves another shot, especially since it has a long-lasting formula which is perfect for my eyes. Moving on to liquid eyeshadows. My most used liquid eyeshadow was Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the shade Exposed. It is my go-to eye base and I'm pretty sure I use it in the majority of my looks. It creates a perfect canvas and makes blending super easy, especially if you are afraid of eyeshadows. Honestly, that product was a lifesaver. Look how much I have squeezed it out. On the contrary, my least used liquid eyeshadow is Chameleon from Makeup Revolution, and truth be told, this is the product that is currently in my project pan, so I should be using it more, but I don't. Liquid eyeshadows and I do not always get along. They tend to crease on me and crack because of my hooded eyes, but this is a great product, especially from drugstores, so I'm strongly determined to give it a shot. I might try using it as an eyeliner. I think it will skyrocket the usage. For eyeliners, my favorite one was Physicians Formula's Eye Booster in the shade Brown, but I have already finished it. I am considering repurchasing it because it is that good. Right now, I am substituting it with the Urban Decay Blade Brow. No, it's actually Brow Blade. I use the brush as my eyeliner. It is decent, but not as impactful. My least used eyeliner is Essence Eyeliner Pen. It is a felt tip, which I'm not a fan of because it drags my lid, especially if I have some chunky eyeshadows on top of it. I cannot get the crisp line that I like. It is okay, but it doesn't bring me a lot of joy to use it. My most used eyeshadow is definitely my Modern Renaissance from ABH. It is the palette that I have in my current project pan. But outside of that, I would say my second most used eyeshadow palette is Blends from Blend Bunny. I reached for it, I think, every other makeup look. It has all the colors that you might need. But if I am in a rush and don't have enough time to do something graphic or something elaborate, usually I will go for the shade that is okay to have in my crease. I will go for my Cliona eyeshadows. Those are the singles that I reach for the most. I put something interesting all over my lid, then I will have a brown eyeliner, mascara, and it is done. As for me, it's both very interesting and quite simple and not getting late approved. My least used eyeshadow palette is Essence Taupe It Up. I completely forgot about the existence of that eyeshadow palette. Once I needed white and then I remembered that I have a palette that has white and that was Essence Taupe It Up. I haven't touched it for a year, which actually makes me very sad. And finally, mascara. I usually stick to 6 months rule, so I'm wrapping up with my Avon mascara that I got from my friend. It's already getting dried. So I finally have a chance to try Essence Lash Princess Mascara. And can you imagine? This is my first time trying this kind of mascara. I've never tried it before. And now I want to see what all that hype was about. What about you? Is that your go-to mascara? Let me know, because actually I'm going through my inventory and I see that I am quite low on mascaras. Actually, I have just 2 left. My most used foundations have to be the foundation that I have in my project pan. But outside of that, I would say the one that I'm reaching for the most would be Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in the shade 13. Can you see how much I have used it? I'm definitely going to repurchase this BB cream because it has a perfect for me undertone, and I have slightly textured skin, so almost every time I wear makeup I apply smoothing primer. With this foundation I don't need to do that because it sits very nicely over my skin without emphasizing the texture. That's why I like it so much. On the flip side, my least used foundation is a Photo Focus foundation from Wet n Wild, the dewy version, because it is overly dewy for me and slightly too light. On its own, I think I used it like 2 times this year, but I do add it to other foundation to lighten them up or mix this Photo Focus foundation with darker foundations to make it work better for my skin. Revolution Bronzer Reloaded in the shade Holiday Romance is my go-to bronzer. It is lightly pigmented, which makes it perfect for setting liquid bronzer. This year, I learned that I love to apply firstly the liquid bronzer because it so easily blends into the skin, and then set it with lightly pigmented powder bronzer. This is my perfect combo. Maybe that's why I wasn't using my Pupa Illuminating Powder, because it is too pigmented and too warm. Though, recently I learned how to work around that, and maybe it is going to be my new favorite one. Look how much dome is gone from my Essence blush. I love its subtle glow. It gives my cheeks a very healthy, very fresh look, and the color, I think it's peachy, yeah, it's pretty peach, is all year appropriate. Maybe that is why I was not using my Hourglass at Night, which is my least used blush. Maybe the reason for that is I don't wear that blush a lot. Usually I put Hourglass at Night only whenever I'm going out into a place with warm lighting, so that blush looked nice, which I don't want to do. I think I will try to put more efforts into experimenting with Hourglass at Night blush in my everyday looks. Somehow this year I managed to finish almost all of my concealers. I'm left only with NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Affogato. And despite that, I was reaching for the most was the peachy shade from my Rimmel Correct and Concealer palette. That corrector brightens my under eye area so nicely and so beautifully. It has creamy texture, so you need to set it, but otherwise it's great product for drugstore price. I gave the Say Super Gel a try after hearing so many amazing reviews. It gives you a natural glow, and that's all. It's nothing extraordinary. Plus, it is clean beauty, so you have to make sure that you use it fast. If you like subtle glow, this is the product for you. I personally sometimes love to have a lot of highlighter all over my face, and for that reason I was going for L'Oreal Lumi Glotion in that peachy pink shade. It illuminates my face beautifully without emphasizing the texture, and it actually highlights my cheekbones. This year I finally discovered e.l.f. HD powder, and it turned my world upside down. This powder definitely blurs my pores around the nose, especially when I'm using a powder puff. What is a powder puff? I think it's a powder puff. I used definitely a chunk of it. Whereas my Hourglass translucent loose powder haven't been used like, I think 5 times this year. I think that is because of the placement. My Hourglass loose powder sits underneath my other powders, so whenever I open my drawer, I don't see it and I forget about it, which is a pity because this is a good powder, especially for the periphery of your face. I have a very curious situation with my lipsticks. Obviously, my most used one is the lipstick that I have in my current project pan. It is Sephora Lip Cream Stain in the shade Red. My least used lipstick is the one from YSL, and it is also in the shade Red. Curious why. I need to definitely sort out my red lipsticks. If we are talking about lip liners, my most used one is Oh Snap from Colourpop. It is the perfect shade of my lips. Whenever I'm not feeling like putting on lipstick, I just put that lip liner all over my lips. They look very nice, just slightly darker than my natural lips. And this lip liner goes very well underneath all of my lip glosses. My least used lip liner is the one from e.l.f. I believe it is called Dark Cocoa, but since e.l.f. doesn't put the names of the lip liners on the actual lip liners, this is just my guesswork. It is a little bit too pigmented and too dark for me, so I need to think of the ways how to use it more. What about you? What are the unsung heroes of your makeup bag and your makeup vanity? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to learn that. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!